Alright, so this is going to be the first video with my new camera. I'm really excited to be using it. And as you see behind me, we got still the green screen. I still haven't been able to use my new video editor because I need a faster computer. So I'm going to have to stay with the old editor program or editing program. And so I might just have to get rid of the green screen or I'll just keep it there, because now with the new camera you can see everything, you know, back here, back there. With the old camera you could just see here, and I was able to cut out all this stuff on the side, but now with the wide angle I see everything on the sides here. So I don't know now with the green screen if I fill that up, is those things on the side is going to affect it? I don't know. So I'll have to research it. So what are we going to do in this next video here? I haven't made a video in a long time on my training and stuff, so it's going to be a lot about my training and getting ready for the second meet that's going to be in March next year. So in this video we're going to be talking squats, and I'm going to talk about exactly what I've learned in the last 3 years about squats and how to squat. So what exactly are we talking about here? Okay, let's first talk about
squat, ass to the grass, only way.
As you strive for ass to grass squats.
Shooting for an ass to grass squat, that is a noble goal.
And now, after all that, now we come up and get information that says to do this.
Hey everyone, my name's Alan Thrall, and I squat too deep. Squatting too low is a problem.
That you should squat as low as you can with safe form as it feels comfortable with good technique.
So what are we to do? Well, this is what we should do. You squat as deep as you can. So if you're going to be working out just to stay in shape and and get bigger legs, stronger legs, you can squat to depth. If you're going to compete in powerlifting, you have to go below depth. And if you're going to be doing Olympic lifting, then you should practice going all the way down ass to grass. So I'm training for powerlifting, so the other two I really don't have to worry about. But there is a point that when you're squatting that you may squat, if you're not used to squatting, if you pass this certain point, it's like you just lose complete control of your lift, and that's not very good when you got a lot of weight on your back. So with my thinking and what I've been doing, I go a little past that area where we call below parallel. That way, if I tend to go down too low, I'm not going to get that feeling of no return where I can't come back up. So that's what I've been doing now, is for a long time now. I've been squatting just a little bit past that, so that way if I do go down too low, I can come back up. And there's another thing that that is a myth.
The knees over the toes rule is a myth, and the answer is yes.
Right. Every time I researched lifting in the squat, they're saying not to squat with your knees past your toes. But now they're saying now it's okay to go and squat with your knees past your toes. There's a very good series on Juggernaut training system about how to squat properly, and I got a link down below there in the description box, and while I'm talking about that, I have a whole bunch of links down there that corresponds to what I've been showing on this video. So if you want to get some more information, go to those links and you'll learn a lot about squats. Another one was that when you squat, you should drive back up, through your heels. So let's talk about what I was doing wrong all this time with the squats here. As you see, I have here at the bottom of the sole here, and right here I put the red dot here to show where I was squatting, and then to come back up I was leaning back and then pushing off the heel. So I wasn't actually using the whole bottom of the foot at the beginning of the up movement of the squat. I was using my heel, and it's putting a lot of pressure on my heel pad. So when I saw this videos from Juggernaut Training channel, I learned a new way to do the squat, and it ended up being better and a lot easier on my feet and my heel, and it actually was a lot easier to finish the squat. So now, as you can see here, I have this little triangle here to show you that with the Juggernaut way of starting out and doing the squat is to lean forward a little bit, start using the quads instead of hinging at the hip first. Lean in, curl your big toe a little bit so you can feel your sole of your foot, and sense that you're putting all your weight on this part of your foot in this like triangle here, these three dots here. So what you do is you lean in a little bit, start going down into the squat using your quads, and then simultaneously bend your hips as you come down. And it takes a little bit because if you're used to starting off going down with your hips, it takes a little bit for you to get your quads in sync and to build up that little bit of strength you need to come down with. But after you practice for a while, it's way easier, and it's a lot easier to come back up, and it's less pressure on the heel, which was the wrong way to do it to begin with. So I'm glad I found that series, and like I said, I put the link down in the description box. In the last 3 years, I must have changed the way I squat like about 4 times. And what's really bad about this is that you learn one way to do it, and then you need to change something or change your form, or you got to change your footing or whatever. You have to learn the pattern all over again, and it takes a long time, especially if you've been doing it for a long time, to get your system to forget about the way you were doing it and to learn the new way. So what you guys got to do is, if you're starting out, if you guys are already been working out and stuff, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But for you guys that are going to be starting new, do your research and learn how to do the lift, like the squat, and do it the best you can and do it correctly the first time out. That way you won't have to change it and have to learn it and remember it all over again. So this is the reason why I made this video, to show you how many different times I had to change to do the squat, and it sets you back. You can't handle the weight that you did because your motor pattern's different, and you're using a different angle, and your balance is off. So do your research and practice, and if you like the way it is, don't change it anymore. Just leave it and get better at it. If you have the resources, having a coach would be very beneficial, because he can show you exactly what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. And but when you're don't have the resources and you have to do this on your own, then you have to rely on whatever you read about or the videos that you watch. And like I said, your depth doesn't really matter, except for competition aspect of your training. If you're going to be competing, then you have to do your lifts correctly. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to lift to your potential. So that's going to be it on this video. Now, my next video, I'm going to show you my workout schedule, and take you down in the basement and make some videos down there. Show you different things like my warm-up, because I changed some of my warm-up schemes from the last video I made. So let's end this video, and then I'll see you back in the basement. Alright, I know I said I was going to end the video, but something came up here that I have to tell you about. The subject on squats. There's two good videos that just came out. One from the Juggernaut from Juggernaut TrainingSystems, and their guest is Jordan Feigelman. He's works with Mark Rippetoe, and the founder of Starting Strength. So it's a good video to watch.
And our special guest today, and what I'm sure has been a long-awaited episode. Let's just call it the Starting Strength episode.
Hey.
Our special guest today, Jordan Feigenbaum.
Right, not to be confused with Mark Rippetoe, but I am, in fact, Jordan Feigenbaum. Thanks for having me, guys.
And just this week, another video came out from Alan Traw.
In this video, I'm going to talk about starting strength, specifically the starting strength squat, because it seems to be the most contentious topic relating to starting strength.
And this is another squat video that he's rebutting on the starting strength style of squatting. So I just thought I'd let you guys know that you can learn some more about squatting form with these two videos. So now I'm going to actually say see you in the next video. If you like the video, Please like the video, share the video, and subscribe.